items like surgical kits. We send syringes, we send wheelchairs, crutches, everything that you can imagine a hospital may need. So our volunteers today are doing quality control. They're checking dates, they're checking to make sure the packages aren't broken. Everything that we send that is a consumable is new, brand new. We don't send used consumables, and they are all within an appropriate date range specifically for Cameroon. Everything that we send that is biomedical, we send with a certificate of working, and we also make sure that owner's manuals go along with it. So come on, let's take a look at all of the things that we have at Project Hero. Again, our warehouse is incredibly large. So you see our volunteers managing inventory, besides quality control, organization. Everything that's in a box down all of these aisles are pieces of equipment or supplies or consumables that are all appropriate use in hospitals and clinics. So our goal is to work with the IABS Foundation to make sure that everything we send to Cameroon is something your community needs. And how we do that, we start by visiting you. Someone like me is going to come to Cameroon, probably with the foundation, and we will go in the hospital, and we are going to talk to the doctors and the nurses, and we're going to ask about childbirth. We're going to ask about disease. We're going to ask about injuries. And from that, we'll fundraise for the cost of a container, and then we're going to put together a 40-foot container that is curated specifically for that hospital and that hospital's needs. So none of us, as much as we love our volunteers, they don't know what you need in the hospitals. They're not sure what your midwives need or your birthing doctors. You do. So our job is to get everything ready and quality controlled here and send it to you. Let's go look at how we sort things. So our team here of amazing volunteers, hi everybody, thanks for being here. They're going through and looking for dates and looking for broken pieces, looking for anything that you wouldn't use on your own mother or someone you love. If you wouldn't use it, we don't send it. And then we sort them based on categories like dressings, respiratory, IV supplies, cloth products, even for patients, patient basins and syringes. I know I've been in countries before that maybe you need to do a blood draw, or maybe you have a patient who's diabetic and needs insulin, but you don't have the right needle size. Even syringes can be life-saving, or if you have an infant that you desperately need to start an IV, but you don't have a small enough needle or IV starter kit, that infant's going to suffer for it. So we make sure that the things that we send you are appropriate and sorted specifically for different groups. We also are very fortunate. Maybe here in the United States, you've been taking care of a family member who needed a wheelchair or crutches or a walker. And when that family member or yourself no longer needs it, it gets donated. We take all of our wheelchairs and we clean them. We replace wheels if needed. We ensure that the brakes are working. We ensure everything that we send. And as you can see, we have somebody volunteering right now. They've obviously taken a break. But they're repairing foot pads, they're doing deep cleaning, and they're making sure that when this arrives, that it's something that your patients would be very comfortable sitting in. So let's keep walking around. I'm going to show you a shipment. We are packing a container right now. It'll give you a great sense. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
A great sense of exactly how much can go in a 40-foot container. And again, these are all items just being sorted. Just being sorted and quality controlled as they go out the door. On our way to look at the shipment, I also want to add that everything that has got a plug on it goes with a converter and a transformer specific to Cameroon. So we wouldn't send you an item that you couldn't plug in and use. When we are there in country doing the assessments, we will check on the power source and we'll make sure that we have the correct converter and transformer to make sure that the pieces work in your community. So now we're coming back to some of the bigger pieces, and I know this is important for you all. So if I really think about the districts that you're working in, like the Mamfi district? The Mamfi district, I apologize. Je parle un peu de français, but pas de beaucoup. I know in your district You have midwives and mothers giving birth, and you have patients. And my guess is, even with all of your love and care and everything that you want to give them, they still may end up in places like on pallets on the floor because you don't have beds. Well, we're very fortunate. In the United States, when a hospital closes or they change, they will donate their beds to us. And each of these beds is also quality controlled, repaired, and cleaned to get ready to go. So what you're seeing now is the entrance to the back of a container. It is about half full, not quite all the way yet. This particular container is going to Ukraine, but it could just as easily be going to Cameroon or Nigeria or Ghana or Papua New Guinea. We send to 130 countries around the world. And if you'll notice, we don't use wooden pallets to pack. We pack everything top to bottom and side to side like a giant puzzle. See how hard he's stuffing that box? That's not going to go anywhere on the way over there. We want to use every available square inch for everything that we send you. Mattresses are all cleaned and disinfected. All of the work that we send is above reproach. We also come back in 6 months and send you a survey. Did everything work? If it didn't work, what didn't? And let's get on a call and see what happened. Because it is on a giant ship, so sometimes maybe a wire could jostle. I want to walk you around now to see, let's go back in the corner where the biomedical work happens. This is where a lot of our big pieces are. Sometimes it gets a little full, as it does now. As you can see, we've had a huge bed intake, but there are also